Hello there and welcome to another vlog. If you remember a couple of videos ago when I was out photographing with the wide angle lens, I mentioned that I was out at that location looking for spring flowers, and I'm back at the same location again, and we have lots of spring flowers just spreading out in front of me here. And we have a setting sun. The sun sets in about 3 hours, so do have some time to get something with that low sun, creating long shadows and just nice interest and warmth in the landscape. So that is the plan for today. Try to get some nice spring flower images at this location, since that is something that I've been trying to get for years. And this year is the year that is finally going to happen. I'm just putting down my gear here to be able to move a little bit more freely. And I'm looking to align things within the landscape here. Try to bring the spring flowers into, or align it into some kind of context with all the trees and everything, to bring everything into one whole. So I found something down here, I think. I'll take up the camera and try to work it a little bit. But as you can see behind me here, we have really nice backlight elongating the shadows of the trees, just creating lines leading through the scene. And that is something I really want to incorporate into the image. The difficult thing that I have here is that there's so many trees that are standing at such great differences in distance from wherever I'm pointing, or wherever I'm placing and pointing the camera. There's always trees that are almost always going to be very close. And if one tree is much closer than all the others are, then that tree is going to become a bit too dominant, since it isn't really about the trees but about the flowers in this case. Oh no, I think I actually found something quite interesting here. So I'm gonna place the camera here and try that. Today, when I'm photographing today, is going to be much more about capturing a lot of images to try and see and try and find something that works, rather than just having the one composition that I know is going to be the best, since I'm not really sure what is going to be the best here. So I'm just gonna have to work it. So as you can see in the composition here, it's all about lines in the shadows leading through the image. And what I'm going to do is to focus furthest down there, and then choose a shutter speed that is good for the foreground here, so I think around 1/20th. Then focus shift it, and there it goes. And it's done. Then reacquire focus. And close this place there, and then I'm gonna choose a shutter speed that kind of gets all of the sky, something like this. And then we just capture another one. And now we have focus on both, or now we have a focus bracket of the foreground as well as the sky there. Well, I don't necessarily need to focus bracket the sky, since the sky is always in the background, but anyway, you get the point how quick and easy it is. So that's basically that image captured, and I'm gonna have to see in processing, see how well it actually works together. Another thing that I really tried to work with here is try to separate the trees as much as possible. It's not completely possible. You can see over there is a few that are stacked on top of each other. The same right there and over here, but it's pretty well spread out, and I like that. And then it might be that I'm actually gonna crop out the sky. That might make for a more impactful image. As you can see there, that is pretty impactful, and perhaps even crop a little bit here in the foreground and make it a bit more panoramic, to contrast it with the vertical lines and have just more of a horizontal image. Yeah, well, that is that image done at least, and let's try to find another one. So I've been capturing a few different compositions, and even captured one that was quite unusual with, well, just basically getting really close into one and leaving the background just way out of focus. But it really looks like it's going on for infinity, the spring flowers, so it might be nice, but it's very far away from my usual style. Right now, I'm not even focusing in on spring flowers, but I found this tragic dead tree lying in the water here. It's actually a really, really big tree, and we have all of these trees just standing along the shoreline here, and this one has fallen in, and I mean, it just looks so tragic, and I'm not really sure why I want to capture it since it's so tragic, but the main part of the crown of the tree is lying beneath the surface of the water, and then we have these branches just sticking up and a bit of the trunk. So I think I managed to frame up a composition here where it's really telling a story of the death of one of these giants and how it's kind of just laying in the water there and being forgotten, lamenting. It's just a really sad image. I usually stay away from these type of sad images, but I don't know. I'm going to try to capture it. And the way that I'm going to do this is to put on a ND filter. I'm not gonna use a polarizer on this one because I want the I want the reflection to be there, and I want it to reflect the sky in order to create that contrast between the branches and the water. And then it's just going to smooth out the water completely and give a very tranquil and everlasting feel to the image. And it's going to add towards the sadness. Wow. So I framed up what is going to be the last composition from this area right here. Then I'm gonna start to head around this peninsula and see if maybe there are some spring flowers on the other side as well. And I'm also gonna get a better view towards the horizon to see how the cloud situation is looking. But anyway, about this composition. As you can see here, it's also a pretty zoomed in location, or it's a pretty zoomed in composition. I'm at 110-ish millimeters, and the reason why I'm zooming in so much on all these compositions is that I'm basically, or I want to eliminate a lot of the trees and focusing on particular vignettes between the trees, since a lot of, well, otherwise there's just too many trees. I'm just gonna grab a super wide still there, and I can show you on that one that there are just too many trees in the way, and there's nothing really to anchor the composition if I'm including too much. But this one, you can see we have a good separation among the trees, just as we had with the first image that I captured. But in this one, we don't have the light playing towards us, but we have a strong side light, and it's illuminating all of these flowers really nicely. And I'm gonna make it a little bit more panoramic than what the standard format is. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have to focus bracket this as well. So it isn't really more than that. I'm just gonna do that. I don't need to exposure bracket anything here since I'm not including the sky. But yeah, that is about that for this composition. sun is progressing down and we have a big cloud laying towards the horizon there. No idea if it's open or not, but we don't really have any clouds above and around us. And I'm starting to get really tired actually, so I'm gonna eat this Twix bar in order to try to salvage some energy for the last hour of the day. Yeah, the last hour. Exactly 1 hour left. Yeah, the hand theory works. It's one hand to the horizon. One hand is 1 hour, or one fist is 1 hour. As I was photographing over there, I was kind of really struggling against my tiredness. And I had to check, I don't know, I just checked on my phone since I was so tired. And I looked at my step counter. And I'm up at 33,000 steps today. So okay, I guess that explains why I'm so tired. And that I'm up at 4 in the morning every day. Yeah, summertime is it's so difficult to thrive during summer as a landscape photographer here in the north. Just some kind of act of desperation here. I'm trying to get some kind of image, but it isn't working out. Would have needed to have a even longer lens, perhaps something having that yet to be announced 200-600. That would be something. So we have this almost perfect reflection. And what is going across the water then? Boat. Leaving a white stripe across the water, and waiting for that to dissipate is going to take quite some time. You. So, that's it. I'm in total self-doubt mode right now. Really don't think I got anything good, but yeah, I don't know. I might have. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and check out my other videos that I have. I have quite a lot on my channel, so check them out. Write a comment if you have any questions. Other than that, well, I'll see you all soon again. Until next time, goodbye.